a situation where the Tinker will destroy the enemy's cores. That's usually the one situation where Tinker seems like an amazing pick. So it's like if you play against a 4 Protect 1 Terrorblade lineup or something like that, then Tinker is amazing. But in a game like this, the Tinker will struggle. So I kind of have a hard time looking at Geek Fam's lineup and not see that they're going to have issues. The Abaddon in the offlane, he's once again going to be solo. He's going to be against a Troll, Wall, Sand King, and Oracle this time around. So again, lots of kill potential, multiple ways to control him. The Fortune Zen control, the Sand King Sparrow Strike, the slows from the Troll Wall as well. This is not going to be a lane where Velo will have an easy time not dying. So it's more or less the same thing as what happened last game. The Magnus as an offlane hero. Well, he's going to go in with some Observer wards and some Sentry wards available. Maybe try and block these camps just to make sure that, like the last game, you block both camps. You try to make sure that you get every single creep wave pulled towards your way. So even if you die, you get the creeps that just pushes towards you. They can't really do anything about it. And yeah, we'll see. He's playing against CM plus lifesteal, so maybe not the best lane in the world, but it's not that bad. I mean, you can go boots first and then just run around and focus on not being jumped on by the lifesteal, then it should be fine. The Earth Spirit will use most of his time in the mid lane trying to shut down the Storm Spirit, so we'll see if they can make sure that the Storm Spirit is going to be underfarmed enough for these lanes to be worth it. And also the Sand King. Where is he going to start? That's the question. I guess he could start in the mid lane, just try to stop the Earth Spirit from being annoying, but it seems like the best play to make would maybe be to shut down the Abaddon. Just make sure that the Abaddon has a very, very difficult time being able to do anything. He'll go for the blocks in both camps as well here. Taking away any kind of pull potential. Same thing in the top lane. They blocked. Okay, they actually just blocked the hard camp only, using the Observer ward for a very, very limited amount of vision. But at least making sure that this camp is not going to be able to do anything. And that makes CM suffer quite a lot. More than most other heroes. As CM, you can stack, you can pull it, but you can also farm it, so the CM will have to go further into the jungle to find anything, and in most cases, the nearest, like, the hard camp would be these two camps, maybe spawning some big creeps once in a while, so he will have to go quite far away to get his own little bit of farm and experience.
Stupendous!
Alright, let's see Storm Spirit. Just a little roll, one click in the face, and then he backs up. Well, at least I know that the Earth Spirit is there. I'm not sure if it would have been any surprise or anything like that. I mean, it's very obvious that the Earth Spirit is going to be sitting around the mid area, but we'll see. The Sand King is going to come in as well, maybe waiting for the roll to happen, but he's just going to be sitting behind the Storm Spirit. He will move in. He has that bar strike available. He's probably going to try and look for the Earth Spirit, see where he is. For now, he's just sitting behind Armel, making sure that Armel gets his farm in the lane without being disturbed by this Earth Spirit. The Earth Spirit is going to go in, sees that courier, but not quite close enough to get a grab off it. Yeah, but in the meantime, pulled the creep wave. They didn't really see him in time. They couldn't really stop it from happening. In the meantime, they will pull the other creep wave through and make sure that there's not going to be any more than just that one little wave of experience going to the side of the Abaddon. So they will deny most of the other experience, and well, he gets a little bit of a better start than last time, but it's only going to be a little bit better. Maybe getting a quick level 2 is going to be a good start. The Magnus in the meantime in the top lane, just moving himself around, having his skill available in case of emergency. Does have available if he needs to use it. 10-10-10 road available, and yeah, Hani's just moving himself around, trying to leech experience, not really getting any last hits, but just trying to make sure he can get a little bit of leech experience. He is going to have to go for a skewer now. He might be a little bit in trouble, but looks like they don't want to go for a dive under the tower, especially with the bar strike coming out from the Sand King. TP rotation, 10-10 might be a little bit in trouble. Another hit. That is going to be the first blood as Bombacks. Very nice rotation, setting up a kill in the top lane on Geek Fam, taking away that very, very low HP, no armor support, only one armor on the CM, so even a Sand King's clicks kind of hurts. Alright, first spot to the side of CG. Alright, another roll in the top lane. Magnus dodging it this time. Trouble anymore. He does have that Shrine heal available still, so I'm sure the Sand King and him will go in and heal up in a moment, just finishing up that last little creep, and then they will go in and use that value heal. So yep, that is going to be the play. Mid lane, let's see the Storm Spirit versus the Tinker. Actually, very, very even right now. The Tinker does have a lot of denies as well, but the Storm Spirit not being out CS right now is at least an okay start.
Regeneration.
Alright, bottom lane, let's see Velo. Almost level 3 right now. Fly Solo trying to go in, trying to be a little bit annoying against him. Forcing a lot of regen out from him. I'm not sure if you can actually, like, if you use Fortunes and on the Apothec Shield, do you purge it away? I'm kind of doubting. I'm kind of wondering if that's the way it works. If you can purge away the shield like that. Because in that case, I guess Oracle is not that bad a pick against the Abaddon, but I'm not sure. Sure. Well, top lane. Okay. Hana being as annoying as possible, hitting 10-10 a little bit. Poleman Shield doing a lot of work. He's going to be skewing him away. He does force out of road. Gets a couple of easy clicks on him, and the lifesteal, well, not quite close enough to do anything about this. Hana still just being as annoying as he possibly can. Maybe he will pull the next creep wave as well. He's just waiting for it to arrive. He will go for a shockwave, and yep, there we go. He pulls it. In the meantime, bottom lane, they go in, they set up another kill with Bombax on that Sand King, and they take away the Abaddon. So better late than never. The Magnus, in the meantime, will pull this little juicy creep wave towards his way, and that is going to be almost his level 4 completed. That's a lot of creeps. Eurospeed, in the meantime, just rolls himself towards the secret shop, picks up his boots of speed, and, well, he's going to be on the move again. Level 2 right now, not having the biggest amount of time, the best amount of time in the world right now. The CM is level 3 in the jungle right now, trying to find himself a little bit of farm anywhere he can go, but it's kind of low impact CM game right now. I guess he is getting at least some levels. Fly Soul in the bottom and is also in a similar position. They only just now managed to unblock these camps. The Observer Wards have disappeared almost from the early game, so they can start pulling again in a moment on both sides. Magnus jungling for now. Maybe pick up an Iron Talon so he can do it a little bit better, and indeed that is going to be the next item of choice. He's almost level 4, so it's okay. It's okay. Cam is kind of difficult to farm though, as he's a little bit low HP, 50 HP left. Careful, bro, be careful. Alright, so both teams just trading farm right now. 2 kills to the side of Clutch Gamers. Geek fam still not really managing to find any openings to get kills with the Earth Spirit as well as the CM. The CM is focusing a little bit more on the farm right now, but the Earth Spirit, he's still sitting behind the mid lane. He's level 3 right now, so he should have a decent time to get a kill on that Storm Spirit, especially if the Tinker decides to go for those 2 points in Heat-Seeking Missile. He went for the 3 points on Laser, but he didn't decide to skill up his March or his Rocket just yet, as it's a very common thing that the Tinker will keep, you know, multiple skill points saved up, just in case of the moment where you can go for a kill, or you know, go back into the jungle and start farming a little bit, so very common. Just keeps that laser up and skilled up just so he can harass the Storm Spirit as much as possible, but anything apart from that, it's just about, you know, you skill up the Heat-Seeking Missiles if you have a kill opportunity coming up. Alright. Sanky coming into the mid lane, maybe trying to set up on the Tinker. The Tinker is going to be jumped on. Amel goes in, gets a little static remnant off. He does have his level 6, he does have that ball lightning doing its work as well. He's going to be taken down as the Oracle comes in, puts him down with that healing bomb with the purifying flames. So Amel, love for a nice kill on the Tinker here in the mid lane. Bombax, part of every single kill for the team so far. This Sand King doing a lot of work. So like the Nyx Assassin in the last game, he's making a lot of things happen with this roaming offlane-ish hero. Apologies.
Fulfilled.
The Earthspit moving towards the bottom lane, maybe trying to help the Abaddon a little bit, do something. The Abaddon is level 5 right now. He does have another partial shield coming in. The Earthspit comes in with a roll, doesn't hit the roll, doesn't hit the boulder smash either. So Gabi, he's just going to be laughing his way away from this, as Raji really having his best performance of the in the universe on this Earthspit right now. A little bit rusty. The Abaddon does have another Apothec Shield available in case of emergency, but he's taking a lot of damage here now. In the meantime, here comes the CM. They go in, they set up for the kill on Velo. Barely surviving, but they get the kill on the Troll Warlord. Nice rotation from 10-10-10, going in there with the burst damage with that second point in Crystal Nova, killing that Troll Warlord easily. Alright, that's the kind of move we've been waiting for though. 3-1 so far, so Geek fam, they finally get a kill on the scoreboard. the meantime, Bombax, he's smoked up in the mid area. He's level 3 right now, having the second point in his bar spec available. Armel is level 7 as well, so I'm not sure if they want to try and dive the Tinker right now. There's going to be a scan from the Dire side. They see that Bombax is sitting up here on the high ground, so they know he's waiting there. And let's see, looks like they want to try and bait with the Tinker, as the CM as well as the Earthspit, they're in position to try and help in case anything happens.
Radiant's top
See,
tower
the Tinker
is under
moving
attack.
back and forward a little bit. He needs to show a little bit deeper in the lane before the Sanking will show himself. So the question is, do they look for the Sanking or do they try to bait him out? Alright, meantime, bottom lane, the Oracle is going to be taken down. The Troll will be taken down as well as they rotate in the lifesteal. They use the Infest Bomb with Velo, and they set up for 2 kills on the side of Geek, so they bring down a couple of heroes. Looks like the Oracle did end up, yeah, he ended up being denied by the hard camp, but nothing else.
Stupendous.
One here
Radiant's bottom tower
have
is
I
under
been
attack.
muted? Alright, let's see if bottom lane the Oracle comes in. TP's into position. Might want to try and stop this push from happening. The lifesteal is very low mana, so he can't really do anything. He does have a Mango available though. Looks like the Abaddon's going to be jumped on. The tank. He needs to be a little bit careful though. He's not level 4 right now, so he cannot go for his Sandstorm, and he's going to be maybe taken down. No, he survives for now. Here comes the ball lightning from Armel. He goes in and tries to set up for someone. 10-10 is going to be the first one dropping down. Looks like Velo's going to be the next one. He does not have his ultimate available right now, so he's going to take a lot of time. Almost drops down from that Purifying Flames, but barely survives this time around. So only one kill that CG can reclaim in that pushback, forcing them away. Maybe they can go for the tower now though, as everyone from the side of Geekfam, they have to go back, they have to base, they have to regen up a little bit. The lifesteal in the meantime will TP himself to the top lane, where the Magnus almost took down the T1 tower while all of this fighting was happening. He's level 7 in this lane right now. He does have his maxed up in power, so he's going to be able to help the Troll Wall farm very, very efficiently, as well as the Storm Spirit. And it looks like the first item that he goes for is going to be the Helm of the Dominator, so kind of an old school item to go for on Magnus. We used to see Helm of Dominator on every single hero in the game, like offlaners, mid players, safe lane carries. Everyone would go for Helm of the Dominator, but Magnus going forward, that's kind of thing of the past. Not something we see too much, but it's a very, very decent aura item, of course, for the Troll as well as the Storm Spirit, both of them being decent right clickers in the game, and it does help with the push as well. You can pick up one of those. You can pick up like a Alpha Wolf and have it follow around the Troll Wall just to give him a little bit more damage. Would not be a bad idea. The Troll Wall in the meantime does have his Vladimir's completed, flying out to him very soon. I guess. Okay, he just needs to mold it now. 1,000 more gold and that is going to be completed.
What have we here?
Right, Gabi. Harassed a little bit by this Abaddon, level 7. He does have his ultimate available once again, and Gabi just trying to force out something. He does force out the ultimate from the Abaddon, doing just barely enough damage, so the Abaddon needs to be a little bit careful for the next minute or so, but it looks like they want to try and make a play happen. They do have one Apothic Shield prepared. They're going to go for another one, and let's see, the Earthspit goes in, rolls in, doesn't hit it onto Gabi though, as he will just sidestep it very fast here at the full wall, so very, very difficult to get a jump on him with an Earthspit. Right. Overall, though, Geek fam, they're actually doing a lot better on the laning stage this time around, with that life still being... You know, he's farming up decently. He does have his Hand of Might completed. Now he's going to continue moving towards the next couple of items. Velo, in the meantime, in the bottom lane, ends up being jumped on, and still not having that ultimate available for the next 10 seconds means that he's finally going to be picked off. So, CG, they take another kill out of Geek fam. That is 20 seconds without the Abaddon. I'm sure they want to try and push the tower a little bit, maybe try and take it down. The Abaddon does have a TP available though, so I'm sure he will just, you know, go back into lane, try and push them back, try and force them away, and make sure that the tower's not going to be taken down. But we'll see. They will do as much damage as they can. The Troll will move himself towards the mid lane, maybe try and set up for something, as the Earthspit is the one defending this lane right now. The Abaddon will come back in, force away the Sanky. The Sanky does have a point in his Sandstorm available in case of emergency. He will pop it. Velo in the meantime, just trying to get that Apothic Shield damage off if he can. In the meantime, in the backlines, looks like Gabi goes in, clears out this Ancient Stack with that Empower coming out from the Magnus, so he's going to be able to get a lot of extra farm here, as that will put him next to the lifesteal in terms of overall net worth. So,
Smart
juicy
money.
Ancients. Juicy, juicy Ancients. Ooh, and a double damage rune on top of everything, so the troll wall is going to be a very, very happy man right now. Maybe this is enough for him to go for Roshan, perhaps. I mean, he does have his Vladimir's complete, he does have a double damage in power as well, so he could very easily go for Roshan. So if they were to smoke for Roshan, that would be an appropriate play. He will go up, he will pick up another Empower from the Magnus. It looks like that is going to be the thing they want to go for. In the meantime, they're fighting the mid lane. Amel will be forced promised by the Oracle for the moment. He's going to be healed up as well. They try to bring him alive, they try to keep him up and running. Oh, but he's going to be nuked down. Attendance and will get the kill. The Oracle will be taken down as well, as the Oracle did not quite get enough healing off to keep the Storm Spirit alive. I'm not sure if that Purifying Flames nuke was actually too much, if he might have killed the Storm Spirit there, but it's kind of hard to tell. In the meantime, the top lane, the T1 tower will be taken down. Bottom lane, the Abaddon is trying to pressure. The tanking is getting a little bit of free farm for himself in the meantime. And looks like there's not going to be any Roshan action, as Gabby, he will just have to focus on defending the mid tower while the two heroes on his side is dead. Right? The bottom lane. Like the T1 tower is going to be pressured very heavily. Velo is going to make sure that it gets taken down, as Bombax, you know, sure, he's in position to defend it, but there's not really anyone here, so it looks like the T1 tower in the bottom is going to be taken down from Geek fam, and maybe he can go for the deny. He's going to try to do that, but will not be successful with it. He will just move himself into the jungle. There's going to be a CM coming in from the side. He wants to get himself a little bit further away with that root. He does have the Sandstorm available to have any detection. This, okay, the lifesteal comes in with dust available, and that is going to be a dead Sand King. The lifesteal makes sure that they bring him down. A little bit too panicky with the Sand King there, not just going for TP out or something like that. In the meantime, the Earth Spirit take a little bit of damage in the top lane. Observer put down should be pretty obvious though, as why else would the Oracle be there except for warding?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Right, bottom lane. Looks like the Oracle might be a little bit in trouble. Just has his full focus available. He's going to go for a self-heal. The Abaddon is going to be running him down in the meantime, trying to get as much damage off as possible. I'm not sure if the Oracle will actually survive this. Looks like he's a little bit in trouble indeed. Velo will bring him down. In the meantime, on the other side of the map, they're trying to focus the lifesteal. The lifesteal is currently in the catapult with that infest. Let's see, they go for him. They bring him down as the RP comes out even. Maybe a little bit of an overkill with that RP, but I guess the Magnus didn't quite know how much HP he had available, and they didn't want to let him just, you know, rage TP out or something like that, so gotta save them. Sorry, Cap. In the meantime, in the mid lane, will force out the Abaddon to use his ultimate. In the meantime, the Earth Spirit goes in for a roll. Tries to set up on the troll wall. The troll wall is going to take a lot of damage. Magnus starts doing a lot of work. Might be enough to kill him. In the meantime, Bombax goes in for counter initiation, sets up with his epicenter. He's going to do a lot of damage with it, but it's not going to be enough. The CM goes around, turns around, gets his own ultimate off. Bombax will be taken down with the rockets from the Tinker flying out, and Bombax in the end almost gets 2 kills, but again, almost is not good enough. Almost is not good enough. He does make sure that Gab is not going to be followed and contested and killed or anything like that though, so the troll wall survives. He gets right back to farming, and at the moment he's 1000 gold ahead of the lifesteal, and that is a lifesteal with a Midas early on, keep that in mind. So the troll wall being ahead means that, you know, that's just all based on that Empower being available. The max Empower early game from the Magnus, making sure that the troll wall always has his Empower available, and you can see the Magnus is focusing a lot on just moving around, making sure that he can always have that. Gab in the meantime will send out some illusions, maybe think about sneaking Roshan, but no, he's still going to just play it safe, focus on farming, focus on hitting creeps for now, not wanting to go too greedy. I mean, in case they have any observers in this area, that would be a little bit too much to just straight out go into the pit and try and finish up Roche. If anything, you have to smoke and try and do it, but I guess they want to wait until the Sanjan Yash is completed at the very least. That is going to be the next big item from Gabi. First spin in the top lane, trying to go for Blink. Will take a little while before that is going to be completed. The CM will have his turn completed very soon. Velo in the meantime, almost a Vlad, just about 30 gold, then that is done. The lifesteal. Armlet Hand of Might is moving towards the Sanjin Yasha next. He is going to infest the Earth Spirit for the moment, and looks like they are going to go for the mid lane. Maybe try and look for a jump on the Storm Spirit. The thing in the meantime does have his travel boost complete. Almost enough gold for the Blink. He will pick up the Blink now, so he's going to be a little bit more active in the fights and see how the farm is going on the side of CG. 500 gold to go for the Blink on the Sand King. The Magnus have his Blink available in 100 gold as well, so double Blink will come out very soon on the side of CG. The Storm Spirit just banking up gold for that Bloodstone. Will take him a little bit more time. Earth Spirit in the mid lane. Okay, he goes in. Gabi is going to be the one they find, and they jump him and they kill him very easily. Sonics will get the last hit But Scabby dropping down means that the tier 1 tower is going to be undefended, and they cannot protect it well enough. So the Oracle just sitting here trying to take the creeps for now, but looks like he's taking a little bit of damage. Geek fan.
Middle tower is under
Oh,
attack.
roll comes in. And looks like the Oracle will be fine. He's the sound. He will just take that rocket to the face while he's magic immune. And looks like he will be fine. Doesn't have to use his false promise or anything like that. They will lose the tier 1 tower, of course, in the mid lane. Nothing you can do about that,
Radiant's
but they're
middle
wasting
tower
time,
has
at least.
fallen.
The Sanking is using the time to finish up his blink in the bottom lane. The Magnus already finished his own blink,
Radiant's
so
middle tower
they're just
is under
finishing those
attack.
essential items on the side of CG, waiting until the next moment, and then they will try and find a fight. This is the moment where they are strong, and they need to try and find an option to take a fight. RP onto the lifesteal will be an easy way to get a kill on him, as well as Storm Spirit does have that Bloodstone completed now, so they have everything ready to fight. Have everything they need. It's just about finding a smoke, finding some big target. Maybe the Tinker, maybe the lifesteal. One of those two
Dire's
heroes would
middle
be
tower
the
is
ideal
under
targets. We'll
attack.
see what happens. See what happens. They smoke up the Magnus, the Storm Spirit, as well as the Oracle. They're going to be moving up. The Sanking also smoked a little bit further in the back, but he's here. He's here. And let's see where they move. They're going to be targeting the Abaddon. No, they're
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Sand King.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Behold the
Reserve time. Dire team.
blood.
That, then Tinga is amazing. But in a game like this, the Tinga will struggle. So I kind of have a hard time as well as handle the Tinga, and then you just pick up a
5
difficult game for
seconds
Geek to pull
remaining.
off. I don't like the Tinga. Usually when you pick up Tinga, you pick Tinga into a situation where the Tinga will destroy the enemy's cause. That's usually the one situation where Tinga seems like an amazing pick. So it's like if you play against a 4 protect 1 Terrorblade lineup or something like that, then Tinga is amazing. But in a game like this, the Tinga will struggle. So I kind of have a hard time looking at Geek lineup and not see that they're going to have issues. The Abaddon in the offlane, he's once again going to be solo. He's going to be against a Troll, Wall, Sand King, and Oracle this time around. So again, lots of kill potential, multiple ways to control him. The Fortune Zen control, the Sand King Spore Strike, the slows from the Troll Wall as well. This is not going to be a lane where Velo will have an easy time not dying. So it's more or less the same thing as what happened last game. The Magnus as an offlane hero. Well, he's going to go in with some Observer wards and some Sentry wards available. Maybe try and block these camps just to make sure that, like the last game, you know, you block both camps. You try to make sure that you get every single creep wave pulled towards your way. So even if you die, you get the creeps that just pushes towards you. They can't really do anything about it. And yeah, we'll see. He's playing against CM plus Lifesteal, so maybe not the best lane in the world, but it's not that bad. I mean, you can go boots first and then just run around and focus on not being jumped on by the lifesteal, then it should be fine. The Earth Spirit will use most of his time in the mid lane trying to shut down the Storm Spirit, so we'll see if they can make sure that the Storm Spirit is going to be underfarmed enough for these lanes to be worth it. And also the Sand King. Where is he going to start? That's the question. I guess he could start in the mid lane, just try to stop the Earth Spirit from being annoying, but it seems like the best play to make would maybe be to shut down the Abaddon. Just make sure that the Abaddon has a very, very difficult time being able to do anything. He'll go for the blocks in both camps as well here. Taking away any kind of pull potential. Same thing in the top lane. They blocked. Okay, they actually just blocked the hard camp only, using the Observer ward for a very, very limited amount of vision. But at least making sure that this camp is not going to be able to do anything, and that makes CM suffer quite a lot. More than most other heroes. As CM, you know, you can stack, you can pull it, but you can also farm it, so the CM will have to go further into the jungle to find anything, and in most cases, the nearest, like, the hard camp would be these two camps, maybe spawning some big creeps once in a while. So he will have to go quite far away to get his own little bit of farm and experience.
Begins.
Stupendous!
Alright, let's see Storm Spirit. Just a little roll, one click in the face, and then he backs up. Well, at least I know that the Earth Spirit is there. I'm not sure if it would have been any surprise or anything like that. I mean, it's very obvious that the Earth Spirit is going to be sitting around the mid area, but we'll see. The Sand King is going to come in as well, maybe waiting for the roll to happen, but he's just going to be sitting behind the Storm Spirit. He will move in. He has that bar strike available. He's probably going to try and look for the Earth Spirit to see where he is. For now, he's just sitting behind Armel, making sure that Armel gets his farm in the lane without being disturbed by this Earth Spirit. The Earth Spirit is going to go in, seize that courier, but not quite close enough to get a grab off it. Yeah, but in the meantime, pulled the creep wave. They didn't really see him in time. They couldn't really stop it from happening. In the meantime, they will pull the other creep wave through and make sure that there's not going to be any more than just that one little wave of experience going to the side of the Abaddon. So they will deny most of the other experience, and well, he gets a little bit of a better start than last time, but it's only going to be a little bit better. Maybe getting a quick level 2 is going to be a good start. The Magnus in the meantime in the top lane, just moving himself around, having his skill available in case of emergency. Does have available if he needs to use it. 10-10-10. road available, and yeah, Hani's just moving himself around, trying to leech experience. Not really getting any lasts, but just trying to make sure he can get a little bit of leech experience. He is going to have to go for a skewer now. He might be a little bit in trouble, but looks like they don't want to go for a dive under the tower, especially with the bar strike coming out from the tanking. TP rotation, Tenton might be a little bit in trouble. Another hit. That is going to be the first blood as Bombax. Very nice rotation, setting up a kill in the top lane on Geek Fam, taking away that very, very low HP, no armor support, only one armor on the CM, so even a Madkingz clicks kind of hurts. Alright, first spot to the side of CG. Alright, another roll in the top end. Magnus dodging it this time. Trouble anymore. He does have that Shrine heal available still, so I'm sure the Sanking and him will go in and heal up in a moment, just finishing up that last little creep, and then they will go in and use that value heal. So yep, that is going to be the play. Mid lane, let's see the Stormspear versus the Tinker. Actually, very, very even right now. The Tinker does have a lot of denies as well, but the Stormspear not being out CS right now is at least an okay start.
Regeneration.
Alright, bottom lane, let's see Velo. Almost level 3 right now. Fly Solo trying to go in, trying to be a little bit annoying against him. Forcing a lot of reaching out from him. I'm not sure if you can actually, like, if you use Fortunes and on the Apothec Shield, do you purge it away? I'm kind of doubting. I'm kind of wondering if that's the way it works. If you can purge away the shield like that, because in that case, I guess Oracle is not that bad a pick against the Abaddon, but I'm not sure. Well, top lane, okay. Hana being as annoying as possible, hitting 10 and 10 a little bit. Paulman Shield doing a lot of work. He's going to be skewing himself away. He does force out of road. Gets a couple of easy clicks on him, and the life still, well, not quite close enough to do anything about this. Hana still just being as annoying as he possibly can. Maybe he will pull the next creep wave as well. He's just waiting for it to arrive. He will go for a shockwave, and yep, there we go. He pulls it. In the meantime, bottom lane, they go in, they set up another kill with Bombax on that Sanking, and they take away the Abaddon. So better late than never. The Magnus, in the meantime, will pull this little juicy creep wave towards his way, and that is going to be almost his level 4 completed. That's a lot of creeps. Deerspit, in the meantime, just rolls himself towards the secret shop, picks up his boots of speed, and, well, he's going to be on the move again. Level 2 right now, not having the biggest amount of time, the best amount of time in the world right now. The CM is level 3 in the jungle right now, trying to find himself a little bit of farm anywhere he can go, but it's kind of low impact CM game right now. I guess he is getting at least some levels. Fly Soul in the bottom and is also in a similar position. They only just now managed to unblock these camps. The Observer Wards have disappeared almost from the early game, so they can start pulling again in a moment on both sides. Magnus jungling for now. Maybe pick up an Iron Talon so he can do it a little bit better, and indeed that is going to be the next item of choice. He's almost level 4, so it's okay. It's okay. Cam is kind of difficult to farm though, as he's a little bit low HP, 50 HP left. Careful, bro, be careful. Alright, so both teams just trading farm right now. 2 kills to the side of Clutch Gamers. Geek Fam still not really managing to find any openings to get kills with the Earth Spirit as well as the CM. The CM is focusing a little bit more on the farm right now, but the Earth Spirit, he's still sitting behind the mid lane. He's level 3 right now, so he should have a decent time to get a kill on that Storm Spirit, especially if the Tinker decides to go for those 2 points in Heat-Seeking Missile. He went for the 3 points on Laser, but he didn't decide to skill up his March or his Rocket just yet, as it's a very common thing that the Tinker will keep, you know, multiple skill points saved up, just in case of the moment where you can go for a kill, or you know, go back into the jungle and start farming a little bit, so very common. Just keeps that laser up and skilled up just so he can harass the Storm Spirit as much as possible, but anything apart from that, it's just about, you know, you skill up the Heat-Seeking Missiles if you have a kill opportunity coming up. Alright. Sanky coming into the mid lane, maybe trying to set up on the Tinker. The Tinker is going to be jumped on. Amel goes in, gets a little static remnant off. He does have his level 6, he does have that ball lightning doing its work as well. T is going to be taken down as the Oracle comes in, puts him down with that healing bomb with the Purifying Flames. So Amel, a nice kill on the Tinker here in the mid lane. Bombax, part of every single kill for the team so far. This Sanking doing a lot of work. So like the Nyx Assassin in the last game, he's making a lot of things happen with this roaming offlane-ish hero. Apologies.
Fulfilled.
The Earthspit moving towards the bottom lane, maybe trying to help the Abaddon a little bit, do something. The Abaddon is level 5 right now. He does have another Potion Field coming in. The Earthspit comes in with a roll, doesn't hit the roll, doesn't hit the Boulder Smash either. So Gabby, he's just going to be laughing his way away from this, as Raji really having his best performance of the in the universe on this Earthspit right now. A little bit rusty. The Abaddon does have another Apothic Shield available in case of emergency, but he's taking a lot of damage here now. In the meantime, here comes the CM. They go in, they set up for the kill on Velo. Barely surviving, but they get the kill on the Troll Warlord. Nice rotation from 10-10-10, going in there with the burst damage with that second point in Crystal Nova. Killing that Troll Warlord easily. Alright, that's the kind of move we've been waiting for though. 3-1 so far, so Geek Fam, they finally get a kill on the scoreboard. In the meantime, Bombax, he's smoked up in the mid area. He's level 3 right now, having the second point in his bar spec available. Armel is level 7 as well, so I'm not sure if they want to try and dive the Tinker right now. There's going to be a scan from the Dire side. They see that Bombax is sitting up here on the high ground, so they know he's waiting there. And let's see, looks like they want to try and bait with the Tinker, as the CM as well as the Earthspit, they're in position to try and help in case anything happens.
Radiant's top tower is
Tinker
under
moving
attack.
back and forward a little bit. He needs to show a little bit deeper in the lane before the tanking will show himself. So the question is, do they look for the tanking or do they try to bait him out? Alright, meantime, bottom lane, the Oracle is going to be taken down. The Troll Warlord will be taken down as well as they rotate in the lifesteal. They use the Infest Bomb with Velo, and they set up for 2 kills on the side of Geek Fam, so they bring down a couple of heroes. Looks like the Oracle did end up, yeah, he ended up being denied by the hard camp, but nothing else.
Stupendous.
One here
Radiant's bottom tower
have
is
I
under
been muted?
attack.
Alright, let's see if bottom lane the Oracle comes in. TP's into position. Might want to try and stop this push from happening. The likely is very low mana, so he can't really do anything. He does have a Mango available though. Looks like the Abaddon's going to be jumped on the tank. He needs to be a little bit careful though. He's not level 4 right now, so he cannot go for his Sandstorm, and he's going to be maybe taken down. No, he survives for now. Here comes the ball lightning from Armel. He goes in and tries to set up for someone. 10-10 is going to be the first one dropping down. Looks like Velo's going to be the next one. He does not have his ultimate available right now, so he's going to take a lot of damage. Almost drops down from that Purifying Flames, but barely survives this time around. So only one kill that CG can reclaim in that pushback, forcing them away. Maybe they can go for the tower now though, as everyone from the side of Geek Fam, they have to go back, they have to base, they have to regen up a little bit. The Lifesteal in the meantime will TP himself to the top lane, where the Magnus almost took down the T1 tower while all of this fighting was happening. He's level 7 in this lane right now. He does have his maxed up in power, so he's going to be able to help the Troll Warlord farm very, very efficiently, as well as the Storm Spirit. And it looks like the first item that he goes for is going to be the Helm of the Dominator, so kind of an old school item to go for on Magnus. We used to see Helm of Dominator on every single hero in the game, like offlaners, mid players, safe lane carries. Everyone would go for Helm of the Dominator, but Magnus going forward, that's kind of thing of the past. Not something we see too much, but it's a very, very decent aura item, of course, for the Troll as well as the Storm Spirit, both of them being decent right clickers in the game, and it does help with the push as well. You can pick up one of those. You can pick up like a Alpha Wolf and have it follow around the Troll Wall just to give him a little bit more damage. Would not be a bad idea. The Troll Wall in the meantime does have his Vladimir's completed, flying out to him very soon. I guess, okay, he just needs a more than that.
Radiant's middle tower
1,000 more
is under
gold and that
attack.
is going to be completed.
What have we here?
Right, Gabi. Harassed a little bit by this Abaddon, level 7. He does have his ultimate available once again, and Gabi is trying to force out something. He does force out the ultimate from the Abaddon, doing just barely enough damage, so the Abaddon needs to be a little bit careful for the next minute or so, but it looks like they want to try and make a play happen. They do have one Apothic Shield prepared. They're going to go for another one, and let's see, the Earthspit goes in, rolls in, doesn't hit it onto Gabi though, as he will just sidestep it very fast here at the full wall, so very, very difficult to get a jump on him with an Earthspit. Right. Overall, though, Geek Fam, they're actually doing a lot better on the laning stage this time around, with that life still being No, he's farming up decently. He does have his hand of might completed. Now he's going to continue moving towards the next couple of fights in Velo. In the meantime, in the bottom lane, ends up being jumped on, and still not having that ultimate available for the next 10 seconds means that he's finally going to be picked off. So CG, they take another kill out of Geek Fam. That is 20 seconds without the Abaddon. I'm sure they want to try and push the tower a little bit, maybe try and take it down. The Abaddon does have a TP available though, so I'm sure he will just, you know, go back into lane, try and push them back, try and force them away, and make sure that the tower's not going to be taken down. But we'll see. They will do as much damage as they can. The Troll Wall will move himself towards the mid lane, maybe try and set up for something, as the Earth Spirit is the one defending this lane right now. The Abaddon will come back in, force away the Sand King. The Sand King does have a point in his Sand Tomb available in case of emergency. He will pop it. Velo in the meantime, just trying to get that apothic shield damage off if he can. In the meantime, in the backlines, looks like Gabby goes in, clears up this Ancient Stack with that Empower coming out from the Magnus, so he's going to be able to get a lot of extra farm here, as that will put him next to the lifesteal in terms of overall net worth. So,
Smart
juicy
money.
Ancients. Juicy Ancients. Ooh, and the double damage rune on top of everything, so the Troll Wall is going to be a very, very happy man right now. Maybe this is enough for him to go for Roshan, perhaps. I mean, he does have his Vladimir complete, he does have a double damage Empower as well, so he could very easily go for Roshan. So if they were to smoke for Roshan, that would be an appropriate play. He will go up, he will pick up another Empower from the Magnus, so it looks like that is going to be the thing they want to go for. In the meantime, they're fighting the mid lane. Amel will be force promised by the Oracle for the moment. He's going to be healed up as well. They try to bring him alive, they try to keep him up and running. Oh, but he's going to be nuked down. Ascendant and will get a kill. The Oracle will be taken down as well, as the Oracle did not quite get enough healing off to keep the Storm Spirit alive. I'm not sure if that Purifying Flames nuke was actually too much, if he might have killed the Storm Spirit there, but it's kind of hard to tell. In the meantime, in the top lane, the T1 tower will be taken down. Bottom lane, the Abaddon is trying to pressure. The Sand King is getting a little bit of free farm for himself in the meantime. And looks like there's not going to be any Roshan action, as Gabby, he will just have to focus on defending the mid tower while the two heroes on his side is dead. Right? The bottom lane. Like the T1 tower is going to be pressured very heavily. Velo seems to make sure that it gets taken down, as Bombax, you know, sure, he's in position to defend it, but there's not really anyone here, so it looks like the T1 tower in the bottom lane is going to be taken down from Geek Fam, and maybe he can go for the deny. He's going to try to do that, but will not be successful with it. He will just move himself into the jungle. There's going to be a CM coming in from the side. He wants to get himself a little bit further away with that root. He does have the Sandstorm available to have any detection. Okay, the lifesteal comes in with dust available, and that is going to be a dead Sand King. The lifesteal makes sure that they bring him down. A little bit too panicky with the Sand King there, not just into going for TP out or something like that. In the meantime, the Earth Spirit
Radiant's bottom
take a little
tower
bit
is under attack.
little bit of damage in the top lane. Observer put down should be pretty
Dire's
obvious
middle
though,
tower is
as
under attack.
why else would the Oracle be there
Radiant's
except for
structures are
warding?
fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Right, bottom lane. Looks like the Oracle might be a little bit in trouble. He does have his false promise available. He's going to go for a self-heal. The Abaddon is going to be running him down in the meantime, trying to get as much damage off as possible. I'm not sure if the Oracle will actually survive this. Looks like he's a little bit in trouble indeed. Velo will bring him down. In the meantime, on the other side of the map, they're trying to focus the lifesteal. The lifesteal is turned in the catapult with that infest. Let's see, they go for him. They bring him down as the RP comes out even. Maybe a little bit of an overkill with that RP, but I guess the Magnus didn't quite know how much HP he had available, and they didn't want to let him just, you know, rage TP out or something like that, so gotta save them. Sorry, Cap. In the meantime, in the mid lane, will force out the Abaddon to use his ultimate. In the meantime, the Earth Spirit goes in for a roll, tries to set up on the Troll Wall. The Troll Wall is going to take a lot of time. Magnus starts doing a lot of work. Might be enough to kill him. In the meantime, Bombax goes in for counter initiation, sets up with his Epicenter. He's going to do a lot of damage with it, but it's not going to be enough. The CM goes around, turns around, gets his own ultimate off. Bombax will be taken down with the rockets from the Tinker flying out, and Bombax in the end almost gets 2 kills, but again, almost is not good enough. Almost is not good enough. He does make sure that Gab is not going to be followed and contested and killed or anything like that though, so the Troll Wall survives. He gets right back to farming, and at the moment he's 1000 gold ahead of the lifesteal, and that is a lifesteal with a Midas early on, keep that in mind. So the Troll Wall being ahead means that, you know, that's just all based on that Empower being available. The max Empower early game from the Magnus, making sure that the Troll Wall always has his Empower available, and you can see the Magnus is focusing a lot on just moving around, making sure that he can always have that. Gab in the meantime will send out some illusions, maybe think about sneaking Roshan, but no, he's still going to just play it safe, focus on farming, focus on hitting creeps for now, not wanting to go too greedy. I mean, in case they have any Observers in this area, that would be a little bit a little bit too much to just straight up go into the pit and try and finish up Roche. If anything, you have to smoke and try and do it. But I guess they want to wait until the Sanjin Yash is completed at the very least. As that is going to be the next big item from Gabi. First spin in the top lane, trying to go for Blink. Will take a little while before that is going to be completed. The CM will have his urn completed very soon. Velo in the meantime, almost at last, just about 30 gold, then that is done. The Lifestealer. Armlet Hand of Might is moving towards the Sanjin Yasha next. He is going to infest the Earthspit for the moment. And looks like they are going to go for the mid lane. Maybe try and look for a jump on the Stormspirit. The Ting in the meantime does have his Trail Boost complete. Almost enough gold for the Blink. He will pick up the Blink now, so he's going to be a little bit more active in the fights. And see how the farm is going on the side of CG. 500 gold to go for the Blink on the Sand King. The Magnus have his Blink available in 100 gold as well, so double Blink will come out very soon on the side of CG. The Storm Spirit just banking up gold for that Bloodstone. Will take him a little bit more time. There is Spirit in the mid lane. Okay, he goes in. Gabi's going to be the one they find, and they jump him and they kill him very easily. Sonics will get the last hit. As Gabi dropping down means that the tier 1 tower is going to be undefended, and they cannot protect it well enough. So the Oracle just sitting here trying to take the creeps for now, but looks like he's taking a little bit of damage. Geek fan. Roll comes in. And looks like the Oracle will be fine. He's the sound. He will just take that rocket to the face while he's magic immune, and looks like he will be fine. Doesn't have to use his false promise or anything like that. They will lose the tier 1 tower, of course, in the mid lane. Nothing you can do about that, but they're wasting time at least. The Sand King is using the time to finish up his Blink in the bottom lane. The Magnus already finished his own Blink, so they're just finishing those essential items on the side of CG, waiting until the next moment, and then they will try and find a fight. As this is the moment where they are strong, they need to try and find an option to take a fight. RP onto the Lifesteal will be an easy way to get a kill on him as well. The Storm Spirit does have that Bloodstone completed now, so they have everything ready to fight. They have everything they need. It's just about finding a smoke, finding some big target. Maybe the Tinker, maybe the Lifesteal. One of those two heroes would be the ideal targets. We'll see what happens. See what happens. They smoke up the Magnus, the Stormspirit, as well as the Oracle. They're going to be moving out. The Sand King also smoked a little bit further in the back, but he's here. He's here. And let's see where they move. They're going to be targeting the Abaddon. No, they're moving into the jungle. They're trying to find the Tinker. They're trying to find a jump on him. They do see him in the mid lane. He's rearming himself, just moving himself around. Just have that Blink available as well, so they need to be very quick about jumping him. Oh, he's going to be bringing it right into the claws of CG, as this is not going to be what you wanted it to be. Oh, boy. That's not good. So, just, you know, blinking in, trying to get a little bit of March action going, trying to farm some of these jungle camps, but the Ting ends up being punished. Velo in the meantime is trying to run down the Storm Spirit. They do have that Blink epicenter available from the Sand King. They go for the epicenter. They go onto the CM. The CM is going to be the target. The CM is going to be taken down very quickly in the meantime. Let's see, the Sand King might be a little in trouble. RP comes out onto 3 people. Looks like this is going to be very difficult to pull off. As 3 is at inside of Geek fam. The Lifesteal still alive for the moment. Flies solo. Does have his false promise available in case of emergency. Will pop it on himself. Will be alive for now. And he's going to try and keep the Lifesteal in control. Looks like he will be taken down after the false promise ends though. As Velo going to be chasing down Armel, but Armel's already out of here. He has his Bloodstone charges up and running. Gabi in the meantime in the top lane takes down the tier 2 tower, so fighting 4 versus 5 and still winning the fight quite convincingly. CG, I mean, you know, even-ish trade-offs. I believe it was a 3 for 2 in the end, so it was close to being even for the side of Geek fam, but they still lost a tower in the top lane. The only good thing that happened from the side of Geek fam is, of course, that the RP is on cooldown, the epicenter is on cooldown, so for the next minute, they might try and look for a fight themselves. We'll see. We'll see. Now a minute where they can go for something. The Abaddon does have a medallion complete, moving towards the Solar Crest, so just trying to tank up as much as possible, and of course trying to make sure that the lifesteal is going to be very difficult to deal with, and whoever the lifesteal hits is going to do a lot of damage in case you want to use it aggressively. The lifesteal himself trying to tank up much as he can. He's going for that Sanjin Yasha build after all, and kind of an interesting item build to go for this game, but I suppose it's just him saying that he doesn't really need any more damage. He just needs to be able to survive for a long time. And our top lane, they're playing in, they set up, they try to go for a jump on this Earthspit. The Earthspit is taking a lot of damage. Amel might be a little bit in trouble, will get the kill on the Earthspit. Meanwhile, might take a little bit too much damage, gets himself a little bit further away. Looks like the Sand King will have to give up his life to make sure that the Earthspit survives. He gets himself into the tree, does have a blink available in a few seconds, will blink himself away. Tenzin in the meantime does not have his Crystal Nova off cooldown. They will not get the kill on the Sand King, and the Stormspirit will also survive, grabbing another Bloodstone charge in the top lane. Maybe looking for another jump. Oh, they go for the episode. They go for the jump on the Lifesteal. The Lifesteal is going to be jumped on. And he's going to be taken down. And Stormsword jumps in as well with the ball lightning. Sets up with that electric vortex stun as well. And the Lifesteal is going to be taken down. Very, very nice jump there. The Lifesteal thought he was safe just because the Sand was so low. But they could definitely continue going there for sure. No problem. That Lifesteal for 30 seconds. That is a big kill. Lifesteal is one of those heroes that in the early game, like pre-20 minutes and like even pre-30 minutes, you really do not want to lose this Lifesteal, at least not without a big team fight happening on the back of it. Being picked off on the map as a Lifesteal, that is a very sad thing. That's a very sad thing. Alright, let's see. Abaddon in the bottom lane. The question is, do you go for that classic Radiance build in the Abaddon now, or do you finish the Solar Crest first and then decide what to do? Like, go for an Aghanim Scepter, go for the Blade Mill build, go for the Radiance. There's a lot of things you can do with an Abaddon, of course. Like, even an Assault Crest would be good just to tank up the team. Maybe it's a little bit weird to go for AC when you have a Lifesteal, as that is a very common item for the Lifesteal to go for, but we'll see. Shall see. Solo Crest is going to be picked up now at the very least, so the Abaddon just having a lot of defensive items for himself and the team. The CM, just an urn completed. The Blink is available on the Earth Spirit now, so you can finally initiate with that Infest Bomb with the Earth Spirit. The Tinga does have almost halfway towards that Aghanim Scepter. Let's see, they see the Tanky in the trees. They go for a guess, and they are going to be able to find him. The Tanky gets himself to the high ground for now, will survive for the moment, but looks like he's going to be taken down either way, as there's no one to help him, and that's going to be a dead Tanking. Hiding himself in the trees. He did get scouted out. And he's going to be dead. Alright, let's see. Looks like he found. On the back of that Tanking kill, they want to go in and do Roshan. They do have that blast. They do have the Solo Crest available as well. So they do quite a lot of damage to Roshan. Not something to be spooked about, but in the meantime, here comes the ball lightning jump from the Storm Spirit just to check out what's happening. They do see the Roshan action. They do see the HP on as well. In the background, we see the Pro Wall coming in. He pops his ultimate as well. Doesn't really get any damage off. The RP comes out though. That's an RP on 3 people. That's a dead Earth Spirit instantly. The Lifesteal is going to pop the Spirit. Will be able to fight up against the Magnus. Will bring down the Magnus for the moment. The Sankey, that just having his old just going in for a power strike. The Lifesteal is going to be focused on. The Lifesteal might be taken down here. Infest the Abaddon will be alive for the moment. The Sankey in the meantime, to get himself a little bit further away, will be magic in for the moment. Looks like he's going to be alive. Gabby survives as well. The Sankey ends up being picked off by 10 and 10, and now Roshan is going to be found yet again. Looks like they will be able to finally finish it off, as Geek found that they get 2 kills. They lose the Earth Spirit, but they get the Aegis of the Immortal, as that team fight was not really executed that well from the side of CG. Like, if they went for the RP and then used the Battle Trance, just hitting whoever was RP, then they could have killed the Lifesteal quite easily, but they used the Battle Trance kind of in a wild chase, trying to go for the CM in the backlines, and then the RP came out afterwards, so they didn't really use all of their spells in great synergy. They just used them, you know, here and there. Just a little bit here and there. No episode was used that fight either, so the Sanking just sitting in the middle of the fight, having that Sandstorm active and not really doing anything with it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, I guess CG, they have to have a bad fight once in a while. Gab in the meantime in the mid lane will be slowed by that open wounds, but will be purged off by the Oracle. No worries about that. The T1 tower in the meantime will be denied by the Earth Spirit. Doesn't really matter though. The thing is, CG, they're still controlling the map right now, so despite the Lifesteal having an Aegis of the Immortal available, it doesn't really feel like they are in a position where they can completely shut down CG, because CG, they're still 5,000 gold ahead. They still have the 3 most found heroes in the game, as the Sankey, what's called the Magnus Stormsword as well. The Lifesteal is having an insane amount of farm. The Stormsword will have his Orchid complete in a moment. The Magnus with that Blink with the Hand of Might is picked up as well. Moving towards a 4-star next, will have that complete in a moment as well. Looks like the Abaddon will go and try and force them back. Well, at least make Rappy twitch a little bit, make him TP back to base perhaps. He does have his TP on cooldown for the next 40 seconds, so I guess he will just chill a little bit in the top lane for the moment. Pulse comes out, and yeah, well, let's see the other items flying out. Oracle, Arcane Boots complete. The Troll Waters have his BKB, Sandra and Yasha moving towards a Blink and a Skadi afterwards, so just the more stat items, the merrier. Alright. What else? Tinga does have that Acronyms completed now. Finally going to start doing some more damage. Actually, he does need... Wait. Does he have it complete? Is it on the Curry or something like that? Am I being trolled here? Or does he cause he's like working for an Evil Scepter, but he still needs one more component for the Aghanim Scepter, so he still doesn't have the axe complete right now, but I'm not sure if this is him saying that he wants to go for the Eels before he completes the axe, just a defensive item for himself, or I guess Eels is not that bad because he wants to respond to the Stormspear when he gets his Orchid up and running, because otherwise, whenever he gets jumped, he's just going to be destroyed by that Stormspear, so I guess it makes sense to go for a defensive item like the Eel Scepter. Alright, Glimmer Cape is going to be picked up by the team in a moment as well. They do have that Infest available in the top lane. They're going for the tier 1 tower. They want to take this down as fast as possible. Bomb bags. They're going to be sitting in a position to try to go for that epicenter bomb, but well, it's only an Abaddon Shuron right now, and that is not quite the cure you want to go on with your epicenter, as it doesn't really do anything. Bomb bags will go and do a little bit of damage against Vito, just at least force him away for the moment, but that is going to be the only thing he can make happen. In the meantime, in the backline, the Earthquake will be taken down. Gabby popping his BKB, being forced from his up as well afterwards. The Stormspread ended up dropping down, having to deny himself, so he didn't give up any gold to the enemy team. The Oracle ended up dropping down as well, so that is not a good fight for the side of CG. But in the meantime, in the top lane, they go in, they try to find something. Oh, the Magnus, his blink gets cancelled and he doesn't get to use his RP on that CM. In the meantime, the Abaddon is going to TP himself back to home, so he will survive as well. Lots of mistakes happening inside of CG right now. Sure, they did get the CM kill when the Storms would respawn, but they lost the Bloodstone charges, they lost the suicide, they don't have the suicide available on the Storms anymore, and even the Magnus missing his RP, that's not really something you expect to see from CG, making small mistakes like this. Sure, it was from Fog, like the CM was sitting in the trees using his ultimate kind of, I guess, kind of randomly, and then he was like, I clicked blinked, but no, that didn't happen. Blink, boys. Alright, looks like this Magnus is going to move towards a Shadow Blade as the next item. With that Midas, it should not take too long for him to finish it up. Midas value, of course. Troll Warlord has his blink available now, so he can go for some initiations himself. In the meantime, in the backline, it's that Teehee is infested by the lifesteal, so it's kind of an odd lifesteal infest bomb, but I mean, you know, it's the odd place that usually works. So the Aghanim Scepter. Alright, he's going to go out of the infest in the top lane. Teehee is going to drop him off in this area, and the Aghanim Scepter being available means that the missiles, the lasers, all of these things is going to do so much more work in the team fight. Coming up next, CG in the meantime is going to be pushing out the T2 down the mid lane. The T1 down the top lane will be taken down. At the moment, Velo almost has enough gold to finish up that Radiance. He only needs about 2,000 more to finish it. In the meantime, in the backlands, okay, the Tinker gets jumped on by Gabby, blinking forward, trying to get a jump on that Tinker, and he will be able to find a solo kill on him. Popping his BKB just to make sure the laser does not stop him from getting the kill, but either way, that is still a very, very big pick off. The Sankey in the top lane will be taken off. In the meantime, trying to maybe cancel TPs or something like that, but did not happen. In the meantime, looks like they're going to be chased. The Oracle's maybe a little bit in trouble. The Oracle, okay, Earthquake will be taken down in the meantime. Lifesteal is going to be all alone. He doesn't have his infest available for the next 15 seconds. They're trying to bring him down. They will get the Aegis pop. Do they commit? Do they try to go for another jump? The Abaddon is coming from mid lane, but looks like they're going to go for the play. The RP comes out. The Lifesteal is going to be taken down. With that Alpha Wolf giving so much damage to the Troll World, they're now going for high ground. There's no buybacks available on anyone except for the Lifesteal, so let's see, do they go for the buyback? The Abaddon is going to move back into base. He does have his ultimate available. They buy back the Lifesteal. They want to try and defend this, but the Rax is already going to be taken down. The Meta-Rax get taken down. They're playing out, and they've already done the damage. They've already gotten so much value out, so forcing out a buyback on top of that is so much value. Alright, well, I mean, this is just sad. Like, if you don't buy back instantly, you still lose the racks. You still have to buy it back, and it's like, you know, if you didn't buy it back and you lost the racks, it would have been like okay, but if you buy it back and you still lose the meta racks, that's not good. That's the point where you're like, okay guys, this is getting bad. The lifesteal, that is his AC goal being used to just use that buyback, and now he's going to be picked off in the bottom lane. As they jump him, they get a jump on, and that Orchid is going to set up another kill on that lifesteal as he's dead for the next 80 seconds. No buyback available, and the one person that doesn't have buyback is the one person who's now dead inside of Geek fam. So let's see, the team is going to be jumped on onto the tower, does not have buyback either, as Teehee will be jumped on next. The Apothec here will see the allow Gabby tries to go for a jump on Teehee. Teehee's going to be slow. The Stormspear goes in deeper. We'll get the kill on the thing in the meantime, and Gabby looking for another kill, trying to focus down the Earthquake, but he's going to be disarmed. He's taking a lot of damage with that Madkingz. He needs to be careful. Will be alive for the moment though. Gabby also surviving. The Madkingz will be purged off by Fly Soul. Fly Soul still alive for himself. And Abaddon will be pulled up into the Alpha. The ultimate got popped. Skewer back from the Magnus, not hitting onto anyone in the meantime. Buyback comes out from the Abaddon. Looks like CG, they're just going a little bit too crazy. They're still not even having the T2 tower taken down, but there's only 2 people out on the side of Geek Fam, and this is not looking good. They don't have any ultimate available on the Abaddon. He's going to be jammed on. Pops his blade mail, will be alive for the moment. The tier 3 tower is going to be focused by Gabby. Let's see, can they take any towers down? The team is going to be alive in a few seconds. Sanking in the backline. He'll have his bar stock available in a few seconds. He's going to be healed up by Fly so as much as possible. Looks like the tier 3 tower will be taken down. Do they back themselves up? Looks like this is maybe going to be enough for them. The Abaddon will be silenced, but he still has his ultimate available. RP comes out. That's a big RP. That could be the end. As Geek Fam, they lose 2 heroes straight off the bat. The Abaddon is going to pop his ultimate once again. The Tinker will be back alive. Armel is going to be hiding himself in the trees for the moment. He will finally TP himself back home. 22 Bloodstone charges available right now. And CG, they get another good fight for them. The range racks got farmed by the creeps in the meantime. They take the tier 3 tower on the bottom and the tier 2 tower as well. And suddenly, they are 20,000 net worth ahead like the last game. Painful. Very painful. Alright, let's see. The Sand King is going to be moving himself towards the Lotus Top. That's the next item, just to deal with the potential hex coming out from the Tinker, of course. Dealing with the laser, mischance, the magnetize, the silence from the Earth Spirit. All of these small things can be used to, you know, the Lotus Top is going to be able to purge all of that away. The Troll Wall does have his Skadi completed now, so he's going to do a lot more damage. And Skadi against Lifesteal is one of those very, very high value items, as Lifesteal does not deal well with it. The Magnus does have a Shadow Blade complete, moving towards an Eel Scepter himself next. Maybe a Refresher would be a little bit more valuable, but I guess Eel Scepter is just a defensive item. Alright, he decides to go for Silver Edge instead. Makes a little bit more sense. I don't think you should go for any more like 2,000 to 3,000 gold items. He needs a big item if anything. So upgrading the Shadow Blade is one option. BKB is available on the Storm Spirit now, 10-second charge available, and he's going to upgrade his Orchid as the next item. Just go for that Bloodborne, do a lot more damage with it. The Force Staff is available on the Oracle in the meantime. And let's see, maybe they try to go on Gabi here, farming the enemy's ancient camp, but Geek Fam, they will move group back towards their own side of the map, trying to push out the mid lane, trying to do something. As I mean, the last couple of fights has been a little bit rough, so I guess they kind of stumble about what to do now. They go for a 4-man smoke play, and they infest the Earth, but they're moving up towards the top area, so they're trying to force a fight on their terms. The Oracle is going to be in vision. They see him. He's going to force off himself away, but he will be picked off nonetheless. Very nice reaction, but not good enough. The Shadow Blade in the meantime from the Magnus coming out. He does have his RP available, but I don't think he wants to try and go for a play on anyone here. As they see the CMT peeing out, the Magnus. Okay, the RP comes out onto the Lifesteal, as he's going to be all alone. They TP'd out on everyone else. And Geek Fam, they have lost a safe lane carry in the meantime in the base. Looks like the Sand King is maybe a little bit too far out where he cannot breathe. He's trying to get himself away. He does have his blink on cooldown, but nope. Not going to be able to survive. He forced so much to happen though. 3 TPs coming back. They picked off the Lifesteal in the top lane because of that. And now the tier 3 tower on the top lane is going to be pushed down by Gabi. Does have his BKB available in case of emergency. The Tinker gets jumped on by the Storm Spirit in the back. And his BKB gets popped. The Storm Spirit tries to pop that Tinker. The Tinker is still alive for the moment. Amel having that 10-second BKB charge available. He's trying to do as much damage as possible. Trying to force him away. In the meantime, he'll get himself out. Almost killed the Storm Spirit, but almost killed the Tinker, sorry, but not having any detection means that he can't get the kill. Gabi goes in, gets the Earth Spirit killed instantly. To see him, has to use the Glimmer Keep defense of the Abaddon, pops his ultimate as well. Will be alive, but another kill to the side of CG. Alright, and now it's back for Roshan, guys. Just a safety play, 23,000 net worth Troll. Well, look at that farm. Like, he's 10,000 gold ahead of the Tinker right now. He'll pick up an Aegis to be immortal, probably on the Storm Spirit. I don't think the Tinker, what's it called, Troll, has any use for it. So indeed, they will pick it up on the Storm Spirit. They'll go for a smoke straight away. They have all of their spells available except for the RP. In 40 seconds, that is going to be up and running. And let's see. This is going to be where they go for the end. The MKB is available on the Troll Wall, so he does an insane amount of damage. The Sand King has picked up his heal, so to buy us out a gem as well, so he's going to be able to make something happen, something a little bit more happen. The Oracle in the meantime, nothing on top of that Force Staff. The Magnus decides to go for the Eel Scepter anyways, as I guess they just decide on the side of CG that this is where they want to end, so they just buy whatever items they can, and then they're going to go for the final push. Final push, boys. The Geek Fan, well, they had to defend this. The Earth Spirit is trying to go for Midas, but I don't think you can push this game much further. At least not at the pace it's going right now. The Blade Maul and the Abaddon, obviously no Radiance just yet. So that's going to be very, very far off. The Lifesteal does have his Sunken Dasher and his Skull Basher, but There's just not enough farm to fight against this troll wall. He's just too scary. He's going to go up the high ground. Sankin goes in for a bar strike. Politics shield comes out in the light in the meantime. The Stormspread goes in the back, targets the Tinker. He's going to go for the Tinker. The Tinker is going to take a lot of damage here. The BKB will be popped by ML. He's trying to burst on the Tinker, and he will be able to get a kill on the Tinker. That is a dead Tinker for 60 seconds. Let's see. Next one, Gabby. Gets false promise for the moment. He's going to be fighting up against Psionic. Psionic is going to be bashed down. He will be taking down the Aegis, gets popped on the Stormspread in the meantime. The Aberron gets healed up in the air. That Blade is not going to be able to help him anymore, and that is going to be fired on the side of on the side of Geek Fam. GG gets called as Geek Fam. They got the Aegis, but that was it. That was it. GG, well played. That's the end of this grand final, guys. As CG, they'll be able to take it 3-0, winning both of the games being played, plus having that upper bracket 1 game advantage. So CG still undefeated for a very, very long time. Geek Fam not able to take one single game off of them. So a very quick grand finals, guys. And the winners is going to be Clutch Gamers. The last winners were Geek Fams, but